6-year-olds today, iPads and iPhones, me at 6, core memory unlocked. You just had to be there. I was there. Kids walk around dabbing. This was my generation's version of dabbing. You're searching for something. You find an old toy from your childhood instead. It brings back good nostalgic memories. Being happy versus fitting into society. This makes me want to buy that soap again. Sometimes I still want to hide in the middle of a clothing rack. You had to be there on a Friday night. Them. How long ago did your OCD issues begin? Me? When handheld gaming was hard. Some of you never got tricked into pulling one of these by your siblings, and it really shows. Why were these legal? I'm this old. I remember these. Anyone who can get the straw in the Capri Sun on the first try can make your death look like an accident. Bet you don't remember these from McDonald's. Bro, I can still smell them. Admit it, at least one time in your life, you seriously tried to move an object using the Force. I still try now. I can feel my sweaty legs peeling off of these bad boys. 5-year-old me doing the most regular mundane stuff. Me being nostalgic about it 15 years later. What we grew up with, what today's kid grew up with, forgetting childhood trauma, forgetting entire childhood. These useless scissors, they cut nothing. Ancient artifacts that'll confuse most millennials. These kids are in jail now, and they're all called Kyle. Who remembers when bubblegum came with comics? This abandoned Pizza Hut is being turned into a Pizza Hut. Nature is healing. The old games are amazing. The new games are not games anymore. When you Google the lyrics and realize you've been singing nonsense for years. I can smell this picture. 1980s. Don't sit too close to the TV. It'll ruin your eyes. 2024. In a win for the 1990s, Pizza Hut officially brought back the buffet. Slide was 1000 degrees. We still went for it. Who remembers slamming your butt on the ground when the other kid jumped off? When your 5th grade teacher busted out the scented markers? Who remembers wearing these? I could never use roller skates. I sucked at them. I would always fall over. When you hear a particular music and it reminds you of a specific event that happened in your life, here's what you could buy for just $1 on your way home in the 90s. I'm not from America, so I don't know how much this would cost now, but definitely not $1. Maybe $5? I don't know. Bring back purple consoles, you cowards. It's possible that your sleep paralysis demon is actually working for Monsters Inc. What you thought 10 years ago was what 10 years ago actually was. Early 2000s kids characters drawn as sparkly gangsters art was the darkest era on the internet. The earth is littered with the ruins of empires that believed they were eternal. Life before video games and cell phones. There were no rules. Everyone was just living by the day. If you're at a sleepover and your homie has toothpaste like this, call your mum and go home. When you're an 8-year-old at a funeral for someone you didn't even know, you always have to show respect at funerals. Eating salsa as a kid versus eating it now. Why is this the most accurate thing I've seen? 2000s aquarium core. The bottom left though. Transparent tech needs to make a comeback. Boomers yelling at millennials for toast. Millennials yelling at boomers for ruining the world. Gen Z snorts Tide Pod and yeets into traffic. Gen X silently judging everyone. Growing up, you didn't survive in the summer heat without these. Sometimes, when you're feeling nostalgic, society won't heal until we bring back colorful, transparent technology. My brain, do it. Why? My brain, just do it. Okay. Today's generation, Stanley Cups. My generation, cartoon cups. We've come full circle. Kids exploring ancient ruins. When I was a kid, this was my mobile phone. Who hid in these clothing racks in department stores as a kid when shopping with their parents? I'm old enough to remember when ice cream came in a box. Ice cream came in a box? iPhone better. No, Android better. Walkie-talkie. Correct. Over. Showing up to school after a doctor's appointment. The all reliable, nostalgic games. 7-year-old me getting Skylanders for Christmas. My parents knowing damn well they spent $300+ on plastic figures, but are glad to see me happy. When you shuffle through your playlist, and out of a sudden comes the song that brings back all the good memories. ChatGPT. I would never use an AI. Akinator. At your service, my king. I have some bad news. They found Nemo. This was the best part about going to the movie theater. It still is. The food is the best part, but it's so expensive now. You a real one if you remember this game. And cut the rope. Unpopular opinion. As I get older, all of this looks disgusting. I think this is relatively popular. Yo, that dream was so good. My brain 2 seconds later. Bye bye. Enter password to log in. First try, second try, third try. 1980s. Let's go to the future. 2024. Let's go back to the 80s. These were the filters I grew up with. That one kitchen table everyone had growing up. Me, returning to an old dream from childhood to settle some unfinished stuff. 4-year-old me waiting to hand dad the wrench while learning all the no-no words when you're cutting paper and the scissors start gliding. Today's kids will never know how intense this scene was. Millennials kill again. The latest victim, American cheese. Candy corn, you're next. My childhood home is long since gone, but the pine tree sapling I got with my Happy Meal for Arbor Day in 1992 is still going strong. Okay, non-millennials, if you're so smart, which is the right button to download a movie? I would assume the one underneath the orange download button at the very bottom. Download or watch. Time traveler. Moves a chair. The timeline. Wait, are you insinuating that there's a time traveler? How did you know it was me? If you remember this, your childhood was awesome. Kids these days have iPads with Netflix, but when we were younger, this is what we had. It amazes me that a phone cord back in the day could stretch from one room to another, but you can't get a USB cord to last a week. Well, everything nowadays is made to break, so not made to last. Dream 2000's bedroom starter pack. Just one of the many reasons Hey, come on. Gen Z also used these. This is not just Gen X. There's a slander. I'm right in the back of the station wagon years old. I remember begging my dad to do this. He would let me. My childhood led me to believe that, as an adult, I would have to contend with truth serum, lava, quicksand, trapdoors, and secret passageways. So far, it's mostly been weight gain and existential dread. Need to be here this weekend. You are 12, it's snowing, and school is cancelled. Choose your ride. Number 3, always. Why did every advertiser in the 90s think the only way to sell to kids was with commercials that felt like bizarre fever dreams? Pick 3 favorites. 3, probably Screwball, that's it. What are you starting to dislike more as you get older? Anything a few decibels too loud? The glory years when the average child needed the physical ability and instincts of a Navy SEAL just to survive a regular day at the playground. Yeah, because if you fell, you would die. Maybe people wouldn't be upset about working from the office if it looked like this. Wait, that's kind of a good business idea, right? Just reworking the way offices look to make them more colorful and playful? No? I think that'd be a pretty good idea. Petition to get Nintendo Dogs as an app on the Apple Store. Remember when Google became Google, Instagram became Snapchat, YouTube, Spotify, and Vine became TikTok? Don't bother to buy 2019 calendar. Just use 1895 calendar. It's exactly the same dates. Oh great, thanks. Now all I have to do is find my 1895 calendar. The original cracking a cold one with the boys. When you're finally old enough for your family members to gossip around you. When grown folks' business is finally your business. I'm here. Just joking, I'm here. Fine, I'm here. If you ever feel dumb, just remember that Peppa Pig's family kept a fish tank on top of a television. Bart Simpson. Eat my shorts, parents in the 90s. This is the worst thing I've ever heard. I am this old. Lunch menu, I never had this. You're too young if you can't hear this photo. Wait, so did people in the 90s really have a drink called Surge that looked like this? This is some cartoon Nickelodeon movie stuff, dude. You just had to be there. I was there. I don't know what the bottom right is, but when a meme grows up, is this actually her? I hate this picture. You can't even see my Darth Vader light up sketches. Early 2000s vending machine options. If you could choose from this, what are you choosing? Probably lemonade. Every mid-2000s kid wanted to have a room like this. Remember when the FBI would threaten you at the beginning of every VHS tape? That was pretty cool. The 1973 Back to School collection. 6 Up. I want to try 6 Up. Logging onto the family computer. Of course, there's a guy named Bob, Jennifer, and Steve. The excitement of a book fair, even if all you got was a new pencil. Boomers. I care this much. Millennials, small peepee. Gen X, I am crushing your head. Scooby-Doo villains when everyone thinks they're a monster. Scooby-Doo villains after unmasking. In honor of World Book Day, can we appreciate how good these were? A memory I forgot even existed. I can't believe I lived through the full transition from VHS to DVD. Like, there are people alive who actually have never seen a VHS tape. I remember when we were trying to figure out how the hell they got a movie onto a CD. I was there, Gandalf. Maybe when I was really little, I remember watching Finding Nemo on, VHS tapes. So yeah, I did experience it, yes. Them. Don't be scared, it's just a kid's movie. The kid's movie. If you got beef with someone, these are the places you go to settle it. In Hercules, 1997, the cape attached to Hercules' armor is actually the shawl that is given to him by his adoptive mother. This was my expectation for society. Everyone is in harmony, just living. But no, everyone hates each other. I don't want to know your sign. I want to know the email address you came up with as a kid. I don't remember actually. Probably something like gaming gamer. I don't know. Someone think of a funny caption for this 2006 era joke. The feeling when the table is pushed in too close to the chair. I vacuum the bugs out of the air with my mouth. I distinctly remember mums picking up kids from school in a dust buster. 2024 appliances. Breaks within 2 years. 1980s refrigerator. I will outlive you and everyone you love. I am eternal. I am time itself. How decisions were made. Is this like Eeny Meeny Miny Mo? Or something else? Maybe I'm too young. Age check. Who knows what this is? This is a lesson for any overly curious child. And I am one of those victims. Millennial anti-theft device. The only acceptable way for a game of Monopoly to end. War. This picture smells like cigarettes. Man dresses up in costumes to embarrass wife on Zoom calls. Is that Waldo? We found Waldo. Current financial situation. Gold chocolate coin. Remember Littlefoot? This is him now. Feel old yet? Was cleaning out my closet and found this ancient treasure. Some say this ancient relic was once used as a projectile during fits of rage. Remember when clerks would carry groceries to car? No, I don't. I will not talk in class. I will not talk in... Yep, done this. Been there, done that. And that, my friends, was car seat safety in the 70s. 5-year-old me. I'm full and I can't eat anymore. Mum, want chips? 5-year-old me. Ooh, yes I do. Me. I'm hungry for an afternoon snack. My snack? What, you eat lipstick? Flavored lipstick? Rolling Stones concert at JFK Stadium in 1978. Something bands these days have never been able to duplicate. When mum brushed your hair with this, she also brushed your ears, forehead, neck, and brain. I finally found a car that fits my gas budget. I'm this McDonald's aesthetic years old. I don't think we had this in the UK because I don't reckon... Oh, maybe the top left, but anything else, no. Who remembers having to use this before GPS? I remember my granddad using this. He would refuse to use sat-nav. Never-ending story when I was a kid. This is the never-ending story as an adult. People who say millennials look stupid also went around thinking this was cool. Me, after looking at my own handwriting, maybe I am a doctor. Dad, I can't swim. Not with that attitude. Dad, let's take a picture that will make mum angry in the 1970s. Kids' haircuts today versus haircuts when I was a kid. These cupboards. What we study in class versus what we see on the exam paper. 1306 is 716 years ago. Scan this QR code to get Gen X's. No. Going to bed in the 80s. No internet, no mobile phones. You guys listen to music going to sleep? Gen Z. Boomers. Gen Y. Gen X. As it turns out, they were prepping us for self-checkout the whole time. If you ever ran out of buns and had to do this, the best part of the song, the GPS voice, go away. If you've ever eaten ice cream from a box, Gen Z girls can dress like 1998 all they want, but they will never know the joy of your parents having literally no way to get a hold of you until you come home. Society, if MTV had just kept playing music. The official bowl of my childhood. You ever look at old pictures of yourself and think, damn, people really let me walk around like that? But then you look in the mirror and think, damn, it's happening again. Anyone remember the pain of opening up one of these to find nothing but a bunch of sewing kits? This is what they used at my school. Who else used to pull these for no reason? I don't even know what this is. Serious question. Does anything unite Americans more than reminiscing about peak Pizza Hut? All classes go online. The lunch ladies. What it looks like when a kid gets injured during recess and another kid walks into the nurse. You can't hear images. Can't make the bubble noises. Me trying to perfectly place the stickers on my Lego set as a kid. And I always mess it up. It's like putting on a screen protector. Childhood days. Is it downloading? You just use your finger to check. Yes, it is. I also used the look away method. Finding your childhood song, wild childhood nostalgia appeared. I didn't really play the Pokemon games growing up. I was into the cards. Rewatching childhood cartoons. Me, a stressed 25-year-old. Popular actors and their childhood photos. Wait, The Rock was lava? Playing childhood games for entertainment. Playing childhood games in the desperate hope that you feel the same happiness you felt as a child. When you smell that nostalgic smell you liked as a kid, but you don't know where it is from. When Yellowbird was a triangle, not a banana. You might be old, but are you this old? I was terrified of Herobrine. I would gaslight myself into thinking he was there. Please look at this picture of Michelle Obama and Sporticus. Me trying to comfort people. Don't be sad. Why not? I don't have a good answer. Raise your hand if you loved this game. I didn't think I ever played this game. Don't even know what this is. 4 shows that made our childhood awesome. Admit it, we all still do this. Yes, especially with Whatsits. Them. What did you put in my drink? Me. Winks and whispers. You'll see in a few minutes. The struggle of having to wait for these to finish rewinding. You know you're a 90s girl if you went through a butterfly clip phase. Optimus Prime still thinks he's slick. We have to go back in time and destroy AI at the source. I found a photo of me in high school. Remember the kazoo kid? This is him now. Feel old yet? Stop fake news. This is him now, and he's successful as hell, as you can see. I'm old enough to remember when a wild night out meant skating around in circles while the DJ played music. You, second home from school. The TV. 30 years later, and 1995 is way better looking. How did we de-evolve? Didn't realize how Hugh Jackman has changed since his first appearance as Wolverine. He was jacked, man. Yeah, Squidward. Why are they old? The year is 1996. You work at an upstart company called Game Freak, and they ask you to name their mascot. What are you naming it? Thunderbolt. Or Thundercharge, something like that. Something with thunder. Patrick's rock turning out to be a sleeping sea turtle has to be the biggest plot twist in TV history. When I was a kid, I used to bring Mario over to this spot and pretend he lived here. This is what playing video games as a kid is really like. Why did Little Bear's parent wear clothes, but they had him running around butt naked? Your opinion about living with your parents. Living in your parents' house is free because you pay with your soul. Kids today will never know the struggle of having to hit a button 3 times just to get 1 letter. Thank God. I never want to experience that. Life imitates art. Toy Story 5 and Shrek 5 are both set to release in summer 2026. This is my Barbenheimer. We need a plus-size princess. We've already got one. Just because Disney didn't do it doesn't mean it hasn't been done. What's a random cartoon character you always felt unreasonably bad for as a kid? I'll go first. The real forgotten hero of our childhood. Life's tough after Toy Story. The 90s/2000s Pokemon era was unmatched. Listening to Linkin Park as a kid, listening to Linkin Park as an adult, 16 years of difference. Peter Parker will never escape New York City Transit. Hey, that place was in Madagascar. I think guy who thinks another guy is his sworn enemy, but the other guy is just normal about it. It's one of the better and funnier tropes ever. This generation today will never know the experience. I don't even know what this is. Oh, is this a waterbed? I do remember one of my friend's parents having a waterbed, and I was like amazed. I was like, what, a waterbed? How is that even possible? Girls sleepover. Chattering and giggles. Boys sleepovers. No, I'm pretty sure girls do rituals in their sleepovers. You guys not seen that meme? Image of childhood obesity, 1971 versus image of childhood obesity, 2000. This is just sad though. Today's kids will never know the choices you had to make. I loved the blue word art. And also the orange one at the bottom. Music from the 2000s that remind me of my childhood. A simpler time I feel like I didn't enjoy enough and desperately want to go back to. Me. Recent music. Pick your night. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. Probably 4. Definitely 4. I was a Mario kid. Elderly neighbor gave me their son's old PC. Found these gems in it. The nostalgia is real. Everything seems normal until gay, furry, not safe for work content. One schoolyard game has got to go. I don't know what the top left is, so probably that. These were a symbol of a family with loving parents, summer vacations, and a golden retriever. Wait, isn't that the apple juice which when you crunch it, it feels... What am I saying? Isn't this the apple juice which actually, when you crunch down on the bottle, like, it sounds like you're eating an apple? Kids these days will never know the feeling of seeing someone you know name in the book. I don't even know what this is. Is this a detention slip or something? Oh, I had one of these. Yeah, I wasn't a perfect kid. I was a little rascal. The nostalgic kid in 2005 to 15 starter pack. Grew up using Windows XP, and to some degree other operating systems of the era. Family was rarely into politics or religion. Well, yeah, because you're a kid, you don't know. Had his or her hands on the first iPod Touch. It still blows my mind that Steve delivered this line. Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created? In a kid's movie. Remember him? This is him now. Yeah, but this is sad because he got in a really bad accident and he had to get plastic surgery.
Everyone's like, Zach Efron looks so different. What happened to him?
He had an injury. Have some empathy. So this is the evolution of the YouTube player. Quite interesting how it just got more simplistic and also the colors went for people being more engaged, I guess, and more locked into the content. It's cool though. The new one is definitely more immersive than, the oldest one. I like the change. I think we're at its best right now, I'm not gonna lie. How I feel when I have to scroll down to the year I was born. Down, down, down. I remember faking my age on websites. I recently hit 20, And it doesn't feel like a big difference. I think 21 will feel like a big difference because that's when you're globally, I guess, considered an adult. We will see though.